Today we're going to review Marvel's latest movie, Black Panther. I know I'm a little late in reviewing this,
You don't say.
but I still want to review one of the best MCU movies in Phase 4. So before we start this video, I want to warn you, this video contains Wakanda Forever spoilers. For some reason you haven't watched this movie yet, I suggest for you to click off right now. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Before we start this review, I just want to show my respect and say rest in peace Chadwick Boseman. His death brought a lot of complications with the making of this movie, but I'm glad everyone involved, the director, the cast, anyone that was at least a little involved to the movie, pay a great respect to this movie by making it so great for Chadwick Boseman. I'm glad they didn't show T'Challa's character at all in this movie. They just kill him off screen in the beginning of the movie. In any other normal movie, there will be an unacceptable way to cut off a character, but since the passing of Chadwick Boseman, this was the most best and respectful way to write him off the story. And the death of T'Challa is felt throughout the whole movie, and the biggest impact T'Challa's death has is on Shuri. In this movie, Shuri is actually a character, unlike in the previous movies. Every time she showed up, she was just there for giggles and gags. But in this movie, she actually has an adventure, a character development throughout the whole story. Shuri blames herself for not being able to save T'Challa because she wasn't able to do the herb in time, and she regrets not being at her brother's side in his final moments. Shuri goes through a lot of pain in this movie. Not only does she lose her brother, but also lose her mother. And if she couldn't get a break, and when she went to Ancestral Plane, she didn't saw T'Challa or her mother, but she saw Killmonger instead of her family members. Well, family members she actually liked. She let Killmonger influence her and try to go out for revenge, but eventually, when she had the chance to kill Namor, she didn't, because she knew this cycle of pain would never end if she started. A lot of people didn't like that Shuri didn't kill Namor, but personally I liked it because it brought a great parallel to T'Challa and her. In Civil War, T'Challa realizes that revenge has been consuming him against Zemo, and more revenge would just lead to a giant cycle of just pain and suffering. And Shuri has a similar realization that if she kills Namor now, she'll risk endless war. She is just one of the best female leads I've ever seen in recent years. A lot of female leads right now is just, oh, they're perfect, nothing needs to be changed of them, which leads to a character with no growth and uninteresting and non-relatable. So Shuri having all those traits that a good character should have makes me like her even more. Another character was great in this movie was Queen Ramonda. The best parts of the movie is when Queen Ramonda is just acting her ass out. I don't know what made Angela Bassett act her ass out, but she needs a Grammy nomination right now. I don't got scenes of her acting because the movie hasn't come out on Disney Plus yet, but this is my favorite part in the trailer.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone.
Like her words feel so powerful in that scene, in that trailer, in the actual movie. It just gave me chills down the spines when she said that. Just overall, Queen Ramonda was such a great character, such a powerful female character. And it was so sad when she died, it had me almost in tears. And just in general, every character was great, even the side characters like Riri, Nakia, and Baku, Okoye, and Aneka. One character I'm actually interested in seeing more in the future is Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. She did seem like an interesting character. I don't really have a good opinion about her because I didn't really focus on her watching the movie, and I've only watched it once. So I actually want to see more of her, especially in an upcoming Ironheart series, and see how good of a character they can make her. Also, I'm glad she didn't keep her Ironheart suit in this movie because in my opinion, it did not look good. It looked too much like Power Rangers. I think like everyone has said this, but it looked like a Power Ranger suit or something. It just does not look good. I just hope in the Ironheart series, she builds a more traditionally looking Iron Man suit. Another character that I'm glad we're gonna see in future movies is Namor. Another reason why I like that Shuri didn't kill him is because we will be able to see him in future movies. Namor is just a great villain. He's understandable. He wants to protect his people. He doesn't have a selfish motivation to go after Wakanda. He's doing it for his people, not for himself. Like at first, he wants to be allies with Wakanda. It's a little extreme because he wants to invade the upper world, Like he tried to convince Shuri by taking her to his city and showing her around, seeing how beautiful it is, and showing her that he needs to protect this. Like she needs to protect her people back at home in Wakanda. Like he only turns violent when Nakia breaks Shuri out of her prison and kills one of Namor's people. Also, it's so badass how Namor uses his wings and his feet to just move around in the air. It's so cool how he uses them in combat. I'm just rambling at this point, but just this movie is so good, and I just wanted it to be longer because there was so much more time we could have development with the characters and more scenes with anything else. I just wanted more of Wakanda Forever. Like also, this movie is so beautifully shot. The sets are so great. The costumes, whatever, is so good. Everything in Wakanda looks great. Like just in the first Black Panther, this looks like a great country to live in. The suits is something I want to wear. Like they're all cool and badass. Even though so far I've been saying positive things about this movie, there is one thing that I do not like about this movie, and that is the white colonist Americans side story. And what I'm talking about is every scene with the white broken man from the last movie. I actually don't know his name. I tried searching it up, but nothing comes up. Like at first, when Shuri asks him for help finding Riri, it makes sense, but later on having him there, for me, it doesn't make sense. We should have spent more time with the side characters to get more character development. That's really the only thing I dislike about this movie. But before we move on, let me tell you about the best scene in the movie. Yes, earlier I said every Queen Ramonda scenes are like the highlight of the movie, but I believe this is the best scene of the movie. Well, I don't have the footage of it, but it's when Killmonger shows up after Shuri takes the herb to go to the ancestral place and sees him instead of T'Challa or her mother. And we all know Killmonger is one of the best villains in the MCU, and it was such a surprise that he was actually here. It was very unexpected. Everyone in the theater when I was there was cheering. I like how he's there to influence Shuri to take the wrong path as a revenge, but of course we all know she doesn't do that. So here we are at the conclusion, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more videos like this, and happy for my return. I actually want to leave this to the end part. T'Challa had a son, because it was a post-credit scene. This conclusion is kind of the post-credit scene, so I want to do it like that. So this is a clever way to have recast of T'Challa in a way that you don't actually recast him, because the original T'Challa, he's still dead, but it's just his son is continuing his legacy, so they can recast him in a sneaky way. So I did like that, and that Shuri actually has some family left, and then her mother was not the last family she had left, and that's so good. Okay, we're going off track now to the actual conclusion. The actual conclusion is that I love this movie. It's better than I expected. The one thing I was worried is that Chadwick Boseman actually died in real life, and that they had to rewrite the whole script, and that it was gonna be too much of that. Like, yes, I liked that they made this movie specific for him, but they also didn't just rub it in your face and like say, oh, this movie is for Chadwick Boseman, here. They say that, and they slightly hint that every once in a while is now overdone, and this movie is on its own as a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and this movie as a second Black Panther. So what is my rating for Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Well, I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10. I feel like I eventually get down to 8 out of 10 because Phase 4 has been so horrible, and this is one of the best movies. Best movie of Phase 4 in my opinion. No Way Home is the first, just sorry about that, but this is one of the best ones, and I feel like I'm gonna eventually grow out of it and it's gonna be 8 out of 10, but for now it's a 9 out of 10. Also, before I end this video, I'm just gonna say I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded. Like, the last video I uploaded was the Fortnite review. I said I was gonna review season 4. I never did. It ended already. Chapter 4 of season 1 came out already. I played one game of that. I don't know if I'm gonna review that. Probably, I don't know. But I'm sorry, I was very busy. If you want to know about why a little bit more. I talk more about my other channel, As Extra, which I launched already. And I'm sorry again. I will try and upload more again now. I've just been really struggling with school. I'm a senior, so applying college and stuff is really difficult when I'm trying to do videos. Yeah, but this is gonna be the end of the video. I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.